Hi, this is the second of two videos for the keyword research. This is specific to the Affiliate Dream product range that I'm focusing on at the moment. It's kind of like a course in a sense. It's not entirely, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I'll get on with this now. We talked yesterday about back pain products. That was one of the keywords that I came up with in that search, to do with, you know, just to figure out the first part of keyword research, which is about search volume and various stuff like that. And what I was doing was focusing on the smaller search volume, certainly to begin with. You get faster results, and quite often you'll tend to find that the buyer ratio is far better than if you're ranking for short tail keywords, because it's much more specific. So in this case, I thought back pain products might be relevant to us. And so what I've done here is I've done a google.com search, as you can see here, not a google.com Malaysia search, which that would be the standard one for me since I'm in Malaysia. But what I do is I strip out the .my, and it comes up as a .com search here for back pain products. And at the top here, let me just get rid of that, we have got an exact match domain. Wow, surprise, surprise. Well, at least this one's got a .co.uk on the end of it, you know, which is normally it's a .com or the .net or the .org that's at the top, and sometimes you do get the .co.uk though. It's quite popular in google.com to rank the .co.uk at the top. But the main thing here is not like the Google PageRank. You know, that puts a lot of people off if you see high PageRank. I'm not sure there's one of the issues about the keyword tools that I mentioned yesterday, particularly with the sorry, I'm in a hotel at the moment, so I've got various background noises, a little bit off-putting, excuse me. I talked about Market Samurai, and they focus on a number of different things, which is it's fine, you know, don't get me wrong here, but the thing is, perhaps they put too much emphasis on various things such as Google PageRank. Now, I don't know about before, but certainly now, PageRank is not a big factor where ranking in search is concerned. A lot of people still believe that it is. You know, if you've got a PageRank of 5, then at the top, then you'll never beat it, sort of thing, you know. Or if the top 10 is all PageRank 3 to 6, then it's impossible. You're never going to rank for that unless you keep at it for the next 3 years or something. That's not the truth at all. It's got very little to do with the PageRank. As you can see here, just for example, you know, in this top 10 for the search results for back pain products, let's have a quick look down the page. In top spot is a PageRank 1, second spot PageRank 3, third spot PageRank of 0, then a 0, then a 5 there, see, and then a 4 here, see what I mean? So that kind of shows to some extent that it's not about the PageRank. It is about a lot to do with the links coming in, and make no mistake about that, there are other factors, of course, now, and more coming into play actually, such as the visitor retention to your site, the amount of time they spend on the site, in other words, the amount of pages they look at, which in my opinion shouldn't really count highly, maybe to some extent depending on the site type, but a lot of sites, people don't really want to look at 3, 4, 5 different pages. They want to get the information specific to themselves, which is a one-page view, and then they'll come off the site. So this bounce rate thing, I don't really believe it is that valuable for a lot of sites, and I hope that Google don't value it too highly. I think Alexa do value it quite highly, but I personally, I don't think it should be treated with too much respect anyway, certainly not with a lot of sites. Anyway, onwards, the main one that we want to focus on here, because we don't know about visitor count and various things like that. Yes, we can have a look at the Alexa rank, it will tell you a reasonable amount. By all means delve into that further if you really want to, I won't bother here, but as you can see here, what's that, 4.5 million page rank for this particular site at the top, whereas this one is 27.5 million. Sorry, 27,500 Alexa page rank. So it's obviously a much more popular site on the whole than this one here. But then you can see here, you know, the amount of page backlinks to this site as a whole on this particular one's 32,000. And that one is 158. So this one kind of strikes me, just by looking at some of these figures here, as an internet marketer's site. Somebody who's just snapped up the exact match domain name with a .co.uk on it and ranked it top because they want to make some quick money from it. That's my immediate impression. I haven't actually looked at the site, but that is my impression here. Whereas this one, this is a much more in-depth site, offering much more general value, shall we say. Righty, so what I've done here is to actually briefly, we'll just have a look at the sort of links here, because it gives you a bit more insight as to the knowledge and capability of the person who owns or manages the website. So in this case, I've clicked on the Yahoo Site Explorer links to give me the sort of some of the backlinks that are coming into that. Remember that this is only a small fraction of the total amount of links, so you can only get a very small part of the story. Now Yahoo Site Explorer is defunct, and they don't continue to add in links as far as I'm aware. Anyway, you've got Majestic SEO, for example, who apparently are building up their database, but it's no better at the moment than what Yahoo Site Explorer offers. So plus you have to, you know, open up a separate tab and do all sorts of searches. This, with the addition of SEO Quake onto Google Chrome for me, or onto Firefox, it's much easier, it's much quicker. You can see at a glance all the top 10 sites and where they are standing as far as backlinks and various things, Alexa ranking and what have you is concerned, which is what I love. You know, I can't be bothered with all the fiddling about and stuff like that, so it saves a lot of time at the end of the day, and hassle as well. Right, so this is a top ranked site, the .co.uk one. Very briefly, what do we see here? Let's see, page rank. As I say, this is only giving you alright, I think they've changed it. It's only giving you a little bit of an insight into the sites that are linking back to it, but you can get a little bit of an idea, you know. In this case, they've got quite a lot of backlinks from the same site here, this Family Care for Life, which probably won't count too much, I would imagine. So just briefly having a look down there, it doesn't really tell you too much. What is worth noting is that they do have quite a number of links in from relevant sites, which is, it would appear that they've made quite an effort to do that. Physiotherapy. So there has been some thought as to what they're doing as far as getting backlinks is concerned. Anyway, there's not a lot that you can take from that. As I say, this is only like a small fraction of the actual inbound backlinks to this particular site and this particular page, web page. So you can have a quick look at that and just get a little bit of an idea as to how capable the people who own the site are. This is the site that's ranked number 2 in my search. Let's have a just once again. These are the backlinks showing up in Yahoo Site Explorer. Once again, it looks like they've gone to some extent to get links from relevant sites. So that's interesting. Okay, so we can see there that if we wanted to rank for this there is certainly some competition here. It's not just going to be a walk in the park, you know, even though the search volume that we saw yesterday, which was 320 for local to America per month approximately, and about 480, 500 on a global basis. Now normally with these sort of low search figures, it's just a bit of a walk in the park as far as ranking is concerned. In this case, it certainly does not appear to be the case. Mind you, having said that, I can imagine if you really want to work at this thing, you could do it within 3 months or so, and you probably make some good sales off it as well, because it is fairly relevant to our needs here. Because what we're intending to do is sell a product which will fit very well into the back pain product market. So this is an ideal keyword phrase to consider. I'm not saying you have to do it by any means, because let's have a quick look down the page. You've got the exact match domain here, which, as we all know, Google confer some extra brownie points on that because it is an exact match. Once again, we've got the .org here, exact match. Even though it's a PR0, it's ranking 3rd, and apparently it's got 2 backlinks to it. You see, I mean, it's a little bit irritating and frustrating, should I say, you know, that Google still confer this authority on an exact match. And now you see I've clicked on this one before, the exact match with the .net. There's no .com in the top 10, that's interesting. Anyway, you get an idea what you're up against here. I'm not going to say it's hugely difficult. Having said that, people do want to rank for it, obviously. I mean, people have been buying up the exact match domains, even with such a small search volume. Personally, I wouldn't have bothered doing that, you know. It's not too sensible, because the only benefit you'll get out of buying up this exact match domain is you'll rank well for this one keyword. What about all the rest you want to rank for? Do you know? You're going to have to try and buy up exact match domains for all them as well. It's not a great philosophy necessarily, unless it is a fairly high-end keyword, then a highly searched for keyword, then it makes more sense to do that. Not for these low search keywords, not in my opinion, not unless you know for a fact that you're going to make quite a lot of sales even from a very low search volume per month. In this case, I guess it's possible. Look at the amount of ads that are down the side here. I did look earlier, by the way, and there was only one ad showing up on the side here, whereas now, a bit later on in the day, there's quite a number of ads showing up. So obviously there's sales being made here. So yeah, it could be worth your time to try and rank at least top 5 for this. And in my opinion, would it be relatively easy to rank top 5? No, not that easy, but it's definitely possible. In fact, you could probably rank top 3, top 2 maybe. You could maybe get this one out of the way without too much hassle. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Right, thanks a lot for watching. I'll probably have another video coming up shortly. I'm not too sure exactly what it is. I've got quite a lot else to do. Still building up the site for this particular product, which I was hoping to get finished later on today, but that's not going to happen because there's other things that have got in the way that I'm not in control of. So, well, that's one of these things, I guess. But I'll get it up as soon as I can, and I'll get back to you once that is up, and we'll get on with making money. Alright, thanks a lot. Speak to you soon.